Hey, everybody. It's another edition of the Square Circle Maniacs podcast. I'm Bottles. That's Don.
Cheer up, Bottles. It's okay. Go Broncos! Go Broncos!
It's all boring, Don. It's all boring. It's all the same old shit. It's all boring.
Well, that's one way to open the show. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys for showing up.
Yes.
There's a problem in the wrestling community, and we might as well get right into it because I've quit watching SmackDown for the most part for the past several months now. I think I've watched one episode, and that's the whole theme of the show. And I don't know how long we can talk about this or how much gas I got to take to talk about it, but it's like I'm watching two different shows in WWE Raw and SmackDown. I'm watching two totally different directions and where we're going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
SmackDown feels like it's trying to change things up. Raw's been there for a while. It's been changing up the ingredients and how it's done. Case in point, when CM Punk came out to start Raw this week,
yes,
we're firing off on all cylinders. That was the best part of the show, in my opinion. When he cuts a promo, it doesn't feel like it's contrived. It doesn't feel like it's rehearsed. It doesn't feel like he had a lot of writers because CM Punk is a professional wrestler. He doesn't need a lot of guidance. It's give me the microphone and get out of my way. I know what we're going to do here today.
He's been a great promo for the last 20 years.
Right. The other part of this was I liked his victory lap of the ring, by the way. That was a little shot to the Bucks, which, by the way, we forgot to review this, but Saturday night's main event was this past Saturday. CM Punk won the World Heavyweight Championship, and you called it. Women's Championship changed hands, and it changed hands in a weird way. So it feels like they're trying to do something to get the fans reinvested. Who's the new women's World Heavyweight Champion there, Bottles?
Jade Cargill.
WWE champion,
Jade Cargill. And what they did is they turned her into Goldberg, a female Goldberg in this match. And I hope the rest of her matches are all like this. She came on like a steamroller and just plowed right through Tiffany Stratton. As a heel, she's a great heel. You can't have Jade Cargill, who had when she came into the WWE, she had a remedial wrestling acumen.
At best.
She
is a baby deer on ice in that ring. You are never going to transform her into a working wrestler. She is what she is, just like Goldberg, but she's got a look she's got the look. You can't teach that look. She's got an amazing figure.
You can't teach that.
And you can't teach that, as they say. So I like where this is going. It's taken them a while, right, to get here. I like that we're changing this, but for too long now, Triple H keeps rehashing the same old storylines, in my opinion. That's just how I feel right now. I don't see where this is going. And then we get Raw, right? So back to the lead in here. Because I didn't want to go all the way through Saturday night's main event again, because we're straight to the point here. CM Punk comes out, then Logan Paul comes out.
Right.
Then out comes the New Vision. They come out. Well, they kick the shit out of both of them. And then Jey Uso comes out to make the save. And that's how it starts. I'm like, okay, Logan Paul might be turning face.
He runs to the ring.
Show on Raw.
He runs. You left that part out. He ran to the ring to save those guys. Denisha.
That girl.
Thank you so much.
Fired up today.
for $99.99, Denisha Lane. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Yep, Bottles. Tony Khan promises the same thing, and now here's my opinion too. Tony hasn't delivered anything. He sent Cody or Punk left the company. We have to see John Moxley on TV. Shit on the bed Wednesday night. You got that right. I know you're not Jey Uso fan, but I choose Jey over Moxley. And you're correct. Denisha and I talked about this earlier today on Twitter. When I posted the show, she commented this comment, and we went back and forth a little bit. And it comes down to Jey Uso or John Moxley. Who would I rather watch? I'd rather watch Jey Uso. I'd rather watch Jey Uso because the guy's a better actor. He plays he plays a guy who's angry very, very well. And I'm not saying that Jey Uso is the second coming of Ilya Dragunov in the ring,
right?
But they go ahead.
At least he's not going to hook up his opponent's testicles with a goddamn soldering iron. He's going to try to have it, even if it's a boring match. At least nobody's getting forked up. Nobody's getting their eye gouged. None of that dumb shit. He's not going to jab you in the ear.
Of course not.
Wrestling. None of that is wrestling.
Right. Jey Uso, they did him no favors by putting him in these 20-minute matches, wrestling guys who are better wrestlers than he is. He's a tag team wrestler. He's good for about 5 minutes in the ring in a 15-minute tag match. That's it. But that's a hell of an entrance. It's a hell of an entrance. He seems like a great guy in real life. He loves the kids. He loves interacting with the fans. All around good dude. But, this is what we're looking at. By the way,
speaking of Jey Uso, the rumors that were flying around were anything from he was drunk or hungover to high when he had a match with CM Punk this past week. So here's my whole thing on that. Here's my take on that. If he was any of these things, he's sure as shit not going to immediately be put in the main event on Raw like he was this past week. They're never going to do that.
No.
They're not going to reward bad behavior in that company. And we're going to talk about, putting your foot in your mouth literally here in a minute. They take care of that shit right away. So all of that nonsense of he was drunk, he was this, he was that, I don't buy any of that shit.
No.
None of it.
I thought maybe he was hungover. I mean, he's going through a rough time right now. He's getting divorced from his wife. From what I last heard, and I saw photographic evidence of it several times, he's dating Jada Parker from NXT. And being divorced, that can take a toll on a man. Coming from experience here, yes.
So back to Raw. That's how the show started. There were segments of the show I thoroughly enjoyed. Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio getting into it.
They're
thoroughly enjoyed the hell out of that. I love where that's going. I can't wait to see where that's going.
They rumored the Dom versus Rey match for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be on a pay-per-view soon, and I think that Dom will finally have a face turn at the turn of this year in 2026. I think Dom will have a face turn and team with his father in a tag team match at WrestleMania. That's my prediction.
So that happened. We had the tag team championships match. So that happened again, which again, right. I'm going to beat this dead horse because pinned to the same thing. They're wrestling the same guys over and over again, week after week. You can do something different. Do something different. And this is my issue with Triple H is once he gets in this box, he can't get out of it. I'm going to say this much because we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have the same booker year after year after year. It gets old after a while and they run out of creative ideas. And don't come at me with, yeah, but they got writers. They got other writers. No, one guy in that company has the final say. Oh, and by the way, Bottles, all the other people that are making those creative decisions, they're the same guys Vince had in Bruce Pritchard and the Mullet Man. Dude, as they call him. It's the same guys, Bottles. Don't go hire somebody else. Triple H can do something productive in that company, but I really feel like the time is now for him to step aside with WrestleMania season coming and let someone else drive this car for a while. Because the same repetitive storylines, it's just getting old for me.
You're right. They need to elevate a younger guy who's got a talent for putting matches together, for coming up with storylines and angles and all that. And they need to bring in a young guy who can handle all that. And who better than Chris Jericho?
Shut up. Stop. No one believes you. You don't even believe yourself. You want to know who I'd like to see? Some of these guys that used to be wrestlers that have really good podcasts now and have really good ideas that I see all the time. And I'm going to give you a name, Stevie Richards.
Stevie Richards is an idiot. He's an
idiot. He might be, but he's got some ideas, and I'd like to hear. At least let him pitch it. Let it be different. I don't care. He breaks down what went wrong. I enjoy it. That's just me.
I used to like Stevie's podcast, but now he's anti-WWE. He's piling on. He's anti-AEW too, but he's piling on the WWE product and the wrestlers and the way they break down their matches and things like that. And I don't have a.
Have you seen a Jey Uso match lately? I'd break it down that way too.
Oh, good God Almighty! Why are you going to bring Jey Uso up? The woman just gave us $99.99.
You just said
the woman just gave us $100, and now you're shitting all over Jey Uso.
I'm going to make you watch Corrision this Saturday.
Corrision?
You're going to watch Corrision.
Corrision?
You're going to watch it.
Buddy, let me tell you something. Well, I'll talk about Corrision later on when we do the Dynamite review. Good Lord Almighty. I
And
saw so many
Denise, I see your
commercials for that
comment.
show.
They're starting to do new things, but we've been in this slump of 6 months where you can't suddenly kick it into gear and get people to buy back in. I'm not saying run through everything you've got overnight, but they've got to do something to get it moving in the right direction. I don't feel like, and let's talk about it, okay? So Raw kept going. I'm going to judge a little bit differently in Bottles. I don't think Bottles liked it at all, but we both agree on this. The ending of Raw was flat out fucking awful. It was a shit show. You just had the possibility of turning Logan Paul face, right? Was it Logan Paul?
Logan Paul.
Jake Paul.
Logan Paul. Logan Paul. Jake Paul.
I
Jake
get
Paul's
him.
got the beard.
Okay.
Jake's got the beard. Logan's clean cut and a wrestler.
Logan Paul just got his ass kicked by these guys, got a big tsunami splash. He closes the show by hitting Punk and handing over the brass knucks to the fat man. What the fuck was the point of any of this? This is so stupid.
Why couldn't we had a Logan Paul babyface run for at least up till Survivor Series? I would prefer it to be longer than that. What the hell are you drinking?
A beer, dude.
That's a big beer. Let me see it. Hold it up.
Just 12-ounce bottle.
What's the brand?
Oh, it's Backbone. Devil's Backbone.
That's right. That's right. Devil's Backbone. I heard you say that earlier before we were on the air. Devil's Backbone. I got to try that shit. But why couldn't they have done that? It would have been an injection of something new.
It would have been different. I agree 100%.
Would have been different. He could have been teaming with
different.
LA Knight. He could have been teaming with Jey Uso. He could have been doing all kinds of stuff. Backstage skits, angles, all kinds of things he could have been doing. A babyface Logan Paul, there's money there. There's money to be made there.
Here you go.
But they wouldn't do it. Herman with $2. Jericho and LA Knight promo is money. I can see them going face to face, Herman. I can see that when Jericho comes in. Speaking of LA Knight, where's LA Knight?
Thank you, by the way, Herman. We appreciate the $2. Super Chat's open. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. I feel like a lot of guys and girls are getting time off right now. A lot of them are.
Well,
Sky, she's getting a break. You haven't seen Rhea Ripley. She's got a break.
She's got a break because she's got a broken nose.
Well, she's on break.
Yeah.
That's the storyline. Her nose is broken.
Yes. LA Knight held a sign up last week when he was walking down the aisle to Raw. Then he wanted LA Knight to be heavyweight champion. He says they won't, and he held the sign up, and I think he said they won't do it. And he gave the sign back to the kid. And a lot of people are speculating. We deal in speculation and conjecture on this show. We talk about things. You know where I'm going with this. They're speculating that he's being set in timeout like a child. Motorhead 711, the father of the SCM. $10. Thank you, Motorhead. Excellent show, man. SCM rules. Thank you, sir.
We do our best. Thank you for the 10 spot. We appreciate it. I don't buy any of the bullshit because, again, the same people were saying Jey Uso was stoned or drunk or hungover, and then he's in the main event. He was off. He's always off. His matches aren't great when he's a singles wrestler. I've never watched a Jey Uso match that was a singles match and thought, this is a 5-star beggar. I'll have to watch this again in the future.
That match that we had, Saturday night's main event, was a snooze-a-thon. It was horrible.
Wasn't great. I'm
horrific.
not saying it was.
They can't put the man in 20-minute matches like that. 5, 8-minute matches, yeah.
We've talked about this a million times too with LA Knight. Not everybody is easy to deal with backstage. Egos get involved. There's a reason this guy didn't make it till he was almost 40 years old. From what I've read, he can be a complete dickhead to deal with professionally. I've read it multiple times.
Yes.
He's very loud. He's very boisterous. They tell him, don't wear this outfit. I don't like this color. And he wears it anyway. It's like, dude.
The infamous green outfit.
Yeah. If the owner of the company is telling you, don't wear those tights, and you go out anyway, who's the asshole in this situation? Sabu's book, I just read it, right? Very good quote. Sabu in his own book says, you know what? Looking back on everything that I tried to buck the trend of, I don't know what I was thinking sometimes. I should have just gone along and stopped trying to be so difficult. It cost me a lot of money in the end.
He could have made a couple $1 million a year. He was a big name. God bless him.
So yeah, Raw had its moments, I've got to give Denisha, I'm going to give SmackDown another shot because I saw where the tournament's kicking off, which we should talk about that. The John Cena tournament is off and running. I'm looking forward to this because it's at least some different matches from different perspectives. And I don't know who he's going to face. The first 4 names they've given, it could be any one of these people. It really could.
He's even said that it could be people who don't work for WWE. Wink, wink. Triple A, bring in somebody from there. TNA, bring in somebody from there. Bring in somebody from there. TNA.
Conan brings down his dialysis machine.
People are saying, plug me in. Plug me in, SA.
We're going to go round and round, bro.
It's cruel. We're such cruel men. Cruel men.
So,
but you got to be cruel to be kind, as a man once said. You got to be cruel to be kind.
I just don't like where this is going with
Triple H said on Raw this Monday night,
and that's the other part of it.
Important things will happen that will change the landscape of WWE. And the only thing that happened was a bullshit, wishy-washy, nonsensical turn of a guy from heel to babyface to heel again in the same show in a 2.5-hour program. Logan Paul. The rest of it, what? Dom and Ray got into it in the ring, fisticuffs. We've seen that before. Everything else we've seen before. It's stale, Don. It's stale.
You've got to take it away. Like I said, I like where the Rey Mysterio story is going, but we have seen it before. Like, we've seen this story. We've seen it play out now. They've had, 2 matches at WrestleMania now?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Come on, man.
When Cena retires, finally, at the end of this year, in another month, when he's gone, then what's going to happen then? Hall of Fame next year? Probably.
Has to be, right?
Got to be a WrestleMania Hall of Fame. Yeah. Yep. Hall of Fame. And then they're missing a component of the programming. That'll be gone. What's the other big angle? I have nothing against Triple H being in charge of creative. But like you said, the guys that are underneath him, Pritchard, Michael Hayes.
They've been there forever.
Been there forever. But Michael Hayes is the Patterson of the company now. He comes up with the finishes, creative finishes. Pritchard, I think, adds nothing.
Well, what was it we were watching on the show, right? When that new WWE show came out on Netflix, and the wrestler that used to be Abyss, right?
Abyss, yes.
Right? So he's trying to get his career up and going. And there's Bruce Pritchard. I don't care if you're trying to mean mug for the camera or not. Once again, coming off as an entitled asshole.
Mm-hmm. Right. Shitting all over this poor guy because he was the agent for the match. And their time management skills aren't the best. In fact, they had to shave off 10 to 15 minutes of what they had planned for Raw this past Monday because the opening segment went over that amount of time.
Oh, why did that segment go over? Oh, because it was good and the fans were eating it up and everybody was involved with it. And no one was booing. No one was chanting, "This is boring." Everyone was heavily invested in it because those, what's the word I'm looking for, are stars.
Right. Mike Orenga, he's the referee. Mike, tell those guys to wrap it up right now. We need more Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa.
By the way, her comment, holy shit. I thought that was going to break the internet.
What's that?
You know what
was her comment? About. No. Maxine Dupree?
No, not Maxine, the other one. No, the brunette chick.
Chelsea
on
Green.
NXT this week. Chelsea.
I've never been creamed like this before in my life.
Oh my God.
I think
her husband has been having a field day with that, by the way.
Yes. And I find it ironic that Toni Storm ran away from WWE because she got hit in the face with a pie. She quit that night when she got hit in the face with a pie. And now she's doing lesbian angles on AEW Dynamite and their pay-per-views. And people are saying, Tony who? Is she still wrestling?
Well, that's our rant about WWE. There is some news we want to get to real quick. This got happened. I'm going to talk about this later. I'm not going to talk about this right now. But there is some news now on Bianca Belair's return.
What do you got?
They're saying early next year they're going to keep her off TV for now. They're going to give her some time off. They feel like she's earned it. This injury's been slower to heal than they thought, so they're going to give her some time off. So good for her. I hope she does well with it. I hope she enjoys her time off.
Crushed knuckle. What are you going to do? You know, broke her finger at her knuckle.
That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy. Io Sky, she let everybody know where she is. She's doing a mini vacation in Japan right now.
Good for her. Good for her.
I've got nothing to say about that. It's just everybody, when you don't, we said this before, and I don't understand wrestling fans sometimes. Wrestling fans scream, I'm bored, it's getting old. And then when their favorite wrestler isn't on TV for 2 weeks, they're like, where the hell is this guy or girl? It's like, guys, how can you miss them if they don't go away?
They've got to have time
to be done. Yeah, it's crazy to me.
Apparently,
Ridge Holland is an idiot. And this knucklehead decided to speak out of the side of his mouth about the pay that he was supposedly, it wasn't enough to meet his financial needs. And he's now fired. He's been released early from his contract. They were paying him for the surgery and the rehab, and this guy decided to mouth off.
His contract ended November 14th of this month, and they were going to pay him for his surgery and all his treatments afterwards. And there's another thing he's going to have to get, some sort of neck surgery because his neck is injured also. So with that being said, they were going to cover all of this, all the expenses for that, but not pay him a salary after November 14th. He's still getting paid by WWE as of yesterday. They cut him off yesterday because of this tweet. I never thought I'd not be able to pay my mortgage. I feel like I've been hung out to dry after getting injured, working for another company on behalf of WWE. I believe that was a TNA show. Also, add to that, my contract not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and physical therapy, but let's be honest, that's the bare minimum after what we sacrificed for the company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talking about getting totally effed. I think it's ironic that he's going to have to get his neck fused, considering what happened with that match with him and Big E.
Something to be said there. Karma's a bitch.
Something to be said there. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But they're not obligated to take care of you for the rest of your life, pal.
This happens all the time. By the way, just let's go ahead and get this out of the way right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me you're so incapacitated you can't get any kind of a job right now? Or is it you don't want to work? Now get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
I know that.
But again,
apparently
you sat around your ass. You didn't want to get a job. You were getting paid by the WWE. It wasn't enough to pay your mortgage. Get a job.
When he got busted down from the main roster back to NXT, he got NXT pay. That's the sore spot with this guy, okay? He got NXT pay when he got sent down to the main roster. A 55% pay cut is what he took when he sent them back down to NXT. I guess it's because they can't do anything with the guy. I don't know. Maybe he's rough in the ring. He's not easy to work with in the ring. As they say, he's not light. You know who the lightest big man was? In modern WWE.
Oh, in modern. Lightest big man.
When I say modern, you can go back to the Attitude Era also. He's no longer there anymore.
Well, it ain't the Big Show.
It's not the Big Show. Well, it ain't the Big Show.
Well, I'm smoking Newports. I'm smoking Newports right now.
Kane was the lightest guy.
See, I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say this bullshit.
They said when you're in the ring with Kane, it's like you're not even aware that he's there. He's so light with the punches and the kicks and all the body slams, the suplexes.
I have heard very different stories on Kane.
Really?
Where you have been popped by him.
You will get a receipt if you pop him. You will get a receipt.
Like, he hit people on accident. He wasn't always the smoothest. Maybe later in his career, but early on, you could get a live round coming in hot.
Love that, a live round coming in hot. Well, be that as it may, we're not wrestlers. We don't know what it's like to get thrown around a ring. Who the hell knows? Luke Menzies, the former Ridge Holland, he still has Ridge WWE as his Twitter handle, by the way. Whatever that means. You figure he would have changed that by now.
Something.
He could be a bouncer at a club. He could be a security guard somewhere.
He could be doing a lot of things.
He could be doing a lot of things instead of having all the putting the onus of being a breadwinner on his wife. I think they had 3 or 4 kids.
Tony Schiavone was getting down at a Starbucks before Conrad Thompson put him back in the wrestling business. There's other opportunities. By the way, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if it's your first time here. We appreciate your support. But don't tell me, oh, God, they won't pay me anymore. Shut up. Shut up, nerd. Get a job.
Tony Schiavone was a freaking barista at Starbucks. Yeah. He was making mocha lattes for college girls.
What did he have, Bottles?
He had health benefits and he had a job.
He had a job. He did what he had to do. So
yes, he did.
Bully Ray said he knows why Charlotte's having such a good time right now in her wrestling run.
Why is that?
He said it's because she's not champion anymore and she doesn't have to be the Ric Flair champion all the time gimmick, and that she's enjoying her stay now because she doesn't feel the pressure. That's exactly what he said. No pressure. You want to know what I think it is?
You tell me.
She got the stick out of her ass. Somebody came up to her and said, stop being the bitch in the ring all the time and have fun out there. You don't have to have this attitude every match. It all started, our boy on Twitter, when our boy got into it with her, and she said, yeah, look Jeremy? At your face and look at mine. Jeremy, yes. She said, look at your face and look at mine. And Jeremy said, at least it's my face. That's the kind of shit she hadn't stopped doing.
Right.
Stop having such big ears. Move forward.
The whole thing with Charlotte Flair, the backlash towards her started after she beat the shit out of Tiffany Stratton and stiffed her in the ring at WrestleMania. Remember that match? Broke her teeth.
Yep.
The whole 9 yards. So, with that being said, everyone hated Charlotte Flair. She came back and tried to cut promos, not even getting in the ring to wrestle. She just tried to cut promos standing on the ramp. And they, oh my God, unmercifully they booed her.
I can't believe you brought that up. Do you remember about the breaking her teeth, though? They tried to tell us it was just blood. It's just, their veneers broke the hell off. Don't try to tell me some bullshit. We know what we saw. Them bitches cracked, and you saw her real teeth underneath.
Yes, zoomed in from a cell phone camera. Somebody zoomed in on that yap.
Damn, what the hell?
She looked like Nosferatu with that.
Oh, shit. She looked like no teeth Ferratu.
And you notice there was no rematch. There was no rematch between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. They did not cross paths in the ring whatsoever. So what they did was they put someone who's beloved by all the fans, someone who they wanted to see come back for another run, Alexa Bliss, and put the two of them together, and it's working out well. You actually care about that tag team.
It's
you
weird.
Actually invested in it.
So weird.
Very strange. And people actually pop now when Charlotte Flair runs in the ring to make the save for Alexa Bliss.
I'm enjoying it.
You
know what I didn't enjoy?
Oh.
Once again.
Tony
Khan's presentation of what he believes a wrestling show is. Now, we talked about this last week, so I'm going to give you the ratings here in just a minute.
Do you mean the same rerun he's been showing for the last month and a half, 2 months?
Same shit, different week. SSDW. Same shit, different week. I thought we would have gotten rid of the Cracker Clan by now, Bottles.
But Don, we got a new belt, Don. It's not the same.
I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it.
Oh, I know you are. I know we are. Go ahead.
I know you are, but what am I?
Oh, busted it out on Twitter several times.
Last week,
yes,
this show did 459,000 viewers. 459.
I'm having the same reaction when I read it on Twitter. 459,000.
Is there any chance last night's show beats this?
No.
Shot.
Not a shot in hell. Colin Pettipas with the Canadians 5 spot. We knew the Charlotte Tiffy match was going to be stiff after the promos.
Yes, we did.
Oh, and remember she said, hey Tiffany, why is Kaiser in my DMs? Remember that line?
She rolled out of the ring. I was like, I don't think that was the promo they had drawn up. No, I don't think that was a promo at all. That whole build up to that WrestleMania was sloppy and weird.
And by the way, Kaiser's last outburst backstage with Logan Paul chatting up Tiffany Stratton backstage. He blew up and wanted to fight Logan Paul. So they took him off the air. And he was gone for like 2 or 3 months. Gone from television. And Tiffany Stratton is now broken up with Ludwig Kaiser. And Ludwig Kaiser is now El Grande Americano. Since Chad Gable has gotten hurt. And he's like recuperating from shoulder separation surgery. And he's brought a new life to the gimmick. I saw videos of him speaking fluent Mexican, fluent Spanish.
Spanish, yes.
And people are saying, man, he forgot he was German. He's just going off, talking to people in fluent Spanish. It's amazing. I don't know if he knew the language beforehand or he actually took classes.
No, he did. He knew it.
He knew it beforehand? Okay. The guy's amazing. And he's got that, still got that European, I'm better than you look. He could be a great heel. What's that?
You know who's not amazing?
Orange Cassidy.
Tony Schiavone in the ring announcing that there is going to be a new championship, like you said.
Yes.
It's that time of year.
Yes.
Tony Khan, come Thanksgiving in December, there's 2 things you can bet on. He's going to have a tournament and he's going to crown a new champion because he can't not fucking do it every year, this shit.
I heard in January he's going to have a tournament to see who's going to be in the next tournament.
Thank you, Colin, very much. We appreciate it, brother. Tanisha, we appreciate you too so much for the 99. Love you. But they say we're going to get this new championship rolling. Samoa Joe comes out to confront Tony Schiavone after last week's angle where Tony Schiavone was talking so that Hangman Page could beat his ass, which, by the way, newsflash, at this point, Samoa Joe's got a real beef with Tony Schiavone. He was biased. He's supposed to be an announcer for the show. He's clearly biased now. So
I dug it. I actually like this part of the show. Just Samoa Joe's money. He's got my attention when he's on screen.
Joe tells him to shut up because there's going to be some consequences. Security comes out and Joe says, all you've done now is you're going to get their asses kicked. So now there's a lot of people that are going to get beat up. And this is when I sort of lost where this was going.
Yes.
Out comes the Hangman, the champion. Page comes running out and jumps in the ring. All 3 guys now jump off. And I'm thinking, so one guy got all... The entire security team did nothing for you. But one guy made you take a step back? That's what did it for you?
You know what would have made me take a step back? Tony Schiavone's toupee. It showed its teeth. It showed its teeth last night.
You're killing me. So then the Opps back off and they say, oh, you're here now. Now all you've done is you've elevated that I'm going to kick your ass too. So then they get back on the apron. And this thing is just ridiculous. And out comes Eddie Kingston with a crutch. You heard me right. Eddie Kingston comes flying to the ring with a crutch and hook. That'll
scare anybody off.
What? Well, his hair will. That hairstyle, pal. I don't know why the bedhead is the new rage for this generation of kids. Comb that shit. You look like you just walk around life with a fucking bird's nest in your hair.
He looks like a steroided out Sideshow Bob.
It's just awful. Hook says, we want a shot at the trios match. And they say, Joe says yes. Whatever kind of promo skills Taz had, they were not given by DNA.
It's not passed down through genetics.
Good God, dude.
Unfortunately, no.
This whole thing, right out of the gate, we get announced there's going to be another title. Another title. So let's go ahead and do the belt count, right? Because everybody online is like, WWE's got more titles. They got so many more titles. Folks.
Are they serious?
Hold on. WWE has 3 brands. They have 3 brands. They have the world champion on Raw. They have the women's world champion on Raw.
Right.
They have the Intercontinental Women's Champion on Raw. The Intercontinental Men's Champion on Raw.
It's easy just to break it down, women and men.
That's what I'm doing. The men's tag team and the women's tag team goes back and forth. So they got 5 full-time belts on there. Same thing for SmackDown, and NXT's got however many, but those are all 3 separate brands. Here's what you have on AEW. Just to
you
give
did the
you a
count.
rundown.
You did the count.
They have the AEW World Championship. They have the AEW Continental Championship, the AEW International Championship, the AEW Unified Championship, the new AEW National Championship, the AEW TNT Championship, the AEW World Tag Team Championship, the AEW Trios Championship, the AEW Women's World Championship, the AEW TBS Championship,
10.
the AEW Women's Tag Championship. And that's just on their one show.
That's 11 titles, 11 belts with one show.
Not a separate brand, because they go back and forth on Collision all the time.
That's not counting Ring of Honor. You left that Ring of Honor.
I wasn't going to count them. So, yeah, people stop trying to defend Tony with this. He's got a problem, dude. This guy sits around on corners. You got any more of them title belts, baby? Let me get one of them from you. I want to have a tournament, baby.
This whole thing reeks of Dave Meltzer. This whole idea, have tournaments and all this shit. It's Dave Meltzer, dude. It's already been proven that he talks to Tony
let's
Khan.
talk about that. Let's talk about that since you brought it up.
There was a weekend edition of Wrestling Observer Radio where he's there with Garrett. I believe the guy's name is Garrett Gonzalez. And I was going to play the clip on the show. I downloaded it, but I don't want to get a copyright strike from Dave Meltzer. Because that would be like somebody rubbing shoe polish in my eye. I don't want that to happen. I would be so pissed off about that. But he's on a diatribe about whatever, and his cell phone goes off because he's that much of a goof. He's on the air live with his cell phone turned on,
and
so you can hear the ringer
goes off.
Tony Khan calling. Tony Khan calling. And he grabs the phone and turns it off real quick.
I have no doubt in my mind this guy officially is really helping Tony Khan book this shit show, which would explain why it's so bad all the time. It would explain a million things.
The type of wrestling Dave likes and has liked for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years of this shit. He's loved New Japan, All Japan, when that was a thing. He loved Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, which was a hardcore Japanese promotion.
Sabu was in that.
Yes, he loved WXW, which I believe was a German wrestling promotion. He loved all this shit.
Well, he also loved
ECW.
No. Go ahead, keep going. Oh, wow, WAW. He loved that shit.
Yes, WAW.
Women's Apartment Wrestling.
Women's Apartment Wrestling. Yes, he loved that. Yeah.
Frontal face protuberance into the wall. Oh, that's drywall. That doesn't have a rope.
He's sucking fudge through a hole in the wall.
That's not fudge. Anyway, that happened. And then Dave also said, WWE called me and tried to hire me to work for him a few years ago.
Can you believe that shit?
And
people have said there was a rumor going around back in the Attitude Era that the pre-Attitude Era, like when it was really bad from 92 to 95.
When they had hockey guy gimmicks and plumbers.
Yes. That Vince supposedly called Meltzer and talk to him about what can we do to turn things around. Can you believe that bullshit?
Not a shot in hell. No shot.
No shot at all. That's like Tom Brady calling. I'm going to call this guy Bust and Move. What is this guy from Twitter? I'm going to call him up and find this Tom Brady 5 years ago. How can we turn things around, the Patriots? What can we do here? I'm going to call this guy Bust and Move.
That's welcome.
I'm going to call this. Who's this guy? High Desert Ron. We're going to call him and find out exactly what we could do to turn this team around.
It's just everything he said is so full of shit, man. Sometimes this guy, and they buy it. His fans buy it up. But I'm going to keep going through this AEW show because I am going to watch my Broncos play the Raiders. Go Broncos. They advertised the Blood and Guts, which is apparently next Wednesday. Did you know that, Bottles?
Yes.
Blood and Guts was next Wednesday?
Yes. I regard that as finally as I do a dental appointment.
By the way, hit that like button, hit the like and subscribe button. If Super Chat's open, Denisha, thank you again so much. We appreciate all your Super Chats. I've got to ask you, Bottles, do you know how many seats they've distributed for this Blood and Guts show so far?
Well, if there was any indication, last night was any indication, I'd probably say 1,000.
No, 3,000.
3,000? Really? RM with a 5-spot. Thank you, RM. We appreciate you. I know you're new to the channel. Athena is booked horribly on Dynamite. Of course she is. Got fed to Mercedes, Tony Storm, and now to Willow and Harley in the first round of a new tournament. Did you really think that Mercedes Moné was going to eat that pin?
No.
No.
No shot.
Of course not.
No
She's
shot.
not going to eat a pig. So, Athena, rumor has it her contract is up at the end of the year.
I've got some notes on her I want to talk about a little bit later. I do want to talk about her in depth.
Okay, good. Let's wrap up this Dynamite shit show. We got 20 minutes.
No, we can talk about it right now. So, did you notice her figure? Like, she's really gotten in amazing shape compared to when she first got there.
Did you see she lifted 2 girls up yesterday?
I saw that, and the actual spot didn't go to shit for once. It used to go to shit when she did that all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody ended up with a broken nose. She looks better. She looks way better than when she got there. She looks the part. I will be curious if she does go back to WWE because, again, she's lost a lot of weight. Her work has clearly cleaned up. I think this has done her a lot of good. Honestly, I really do believe that.
Well, this is what he does. He puts you on TV for a while, promises you a big push, sign that contract, you're going to resign with me, right? Sure, Tony, sure. It's no problem. Right, exactly.
New wrestler walks by. Squirrel!
Mm-hmm.
Tony, over here. Yeah, okay. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did want to talk about that because I was impressed with her work last night, right? Like, we've given her shit in the past because she was real dangerous. That ass was flapping around that ring and busting people in the face.
Really rough with a lot of girls. That's why they threw her in the Ring of Honor. Because a lot of people in AEW didn't want to work with her.
But yeah, 3,000 seats for Blood and Guts to get back on track here.
Good for them.
Guess how many people this bitch holds?
The Blood and Guts arena or last night? The Blood and Guts? Probably 20,000. I don't know. No. What?
20,000. It holds 20,000.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Swear to God.
Come on, man.
I'm not kidding.
Put it on the screen.
I can't
get the
right
link?
now. I'd have to go look it up. No, I'll look it up again. But yeah, it's like 20,000. I think the real number is 23,000, but I didn't bother to go that far in depth.
Why would you do that?
It's Tony Khan, pal.
It's not an Anarchy in the Arena kind of match where they're all around. It's 2 rings, right? It's like War Games.
Right, yes.
2 rings, a cage.
2 rings, 17,000 people missing. Will anyone notice? You're damn right we're going to notice.
We noticed last night.
Good
Jesus
boy.
God almighty.
1,348 people in that show last night.
And
here, I heard the guy in the front row scrub his ass. I heard it. He was digging deep for that damn gold back there. He looked at his pal. He's like, man, I got it. I was like, Jesus. I got it, Bobby.
You want some more popcorn? No, I'll get it myself. Thank you.
Want some chocolate covered pretzels?
Oh, you got chocolate in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my asshole.
All right, Orange Cassidy comes out next.
Wait. But while we're talking about that, before you go on, real quick, did you notice when they were painting around the arena? They were always, here we go, RM again with $2. Thank you, RM. The Death Riders in another hardcore match. Who wanted that? Who could expect that the Death Riders would have another hardcore match? I didn't think so. Did you, Don?
All they do. That's all they do.
All they do.
By the way, you call them Death Riders, I call them the Cracker Clan.
They should just name the whole conglomeration. I can't say that word either. They should name the whole group Death Riders. They should name them absolute garbage. The Garbage Men. Call them the Garbage Men.
Shit, I don't want to watch anymore, guys.
Oh, my God, Nevin. It's horrible. But when they panned around the front row where you actually saw these sickos in the front row enjoying the show. I like biscuits.
Thank you,
that
RBG.
kind of stuff. I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Orange Cassidy comes out to fight Claudio, and it's OC. And Orange Cassidy does 2 dives as soon as this bitch kicks off, and the masked idiot couldn't wait to start screaming Spanish words. He was so giddy, he got to scream Spanish words again. Can we stop with this bullshit? It's so, how do I put it?
Tope suicida.
You sound like a mark when you say that shit. And I know we have a wrestling podcast talking about this shit, but I'm not running around my friends. I'm not at the house going, did you see that tope suicida? No.
Tony, is your toupee suicidal?
It keeps trying to crawl off the back of my head. I think so.
I like to see a hardcore match between Excalibur's mask and Tony Schiavone's toupee. That'd be a great match on Dynamite.
I'm just asking, did you notice that as soon as it happened, the faceless idiot lost his mind screaming that right away?
RM with another $2. Mercedes and Blood and Guts makes no sense. Just thrown in. You're right. I was surprised when they announced it last night that Mercedes
I didn't understand why they announced it. I didn't get that.
She's in Blood and Guts because Statlander's in Blood and Guts. So she's going up against Statlander for Full Gear at the end of the... Are you reading something in the chat? The chat's having their own show.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. I think this is good.
Thank you again very much. We appreciate it. I don't like anything Orange Cassidy does. I don't like anything he does, Bottles.
He's worn out his welcome. He's a novelty act. He's a specialty act. You can't put him out there every week doing the same shtick. People get tired of it. I like
Tony
pizza,
Khan loves
Don,
him.
and I like Hot
Tony
Pockets.
Khan loves
I don't want to eat Hot Pockets 3 times a day for a year. I don't want to do that. Okay? I don't want to see Orange Cassidy open up Dynamite like he did all of last year, and now that he's got back from surgery, he's doing it again now. I don't want to see it. Don't. Not saying he's a bad guy. He could be a nice Christian soul, a nice, fine young man, a nice red-headed, orange-fingered basement goblin.
Well, we both know that every time he's on TV, Tony Khan is like,
I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Yes, he is. Just like that. Absolutely. Oh, my God.
He's on there.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Did you notice that AEW now for the past several weeks is throwing up social media posts back on their screen like we're back in 2008? Here's what's going on Twitter. People stopped doing that 15 years ago. It's an old act now. Social media is everywhere. There's Sky Blue. There's all kinds of shit.
Look at this. Look at that. Oh, we're back, baby. We're back. Orange Cassidy is the man. Things like that they're putting up in the bottom left corner of your screen. And then you know what I like? I like the ads for Collision.
I got it right here. I got this right here because I got into it with this neckbeard on Twitter. He was like, oh God, you guys, it's so ridiculous because it's doing so well. They have ad revenues coming in left and right. I said, I'm taking this down the first commercial break that they have. And here it is. Home shows or TV programs that were specifically Warner Brothers specific advertisements during this period. They had 3. Actual products and or services during the same break, they had 4. It's almost 50-50 on what they give you.
Dude, Full Gear, the pay-per-view this month, is brought to you by DC Comics.
Right.
Warner Brothers Discovery Programming brought to you by Warner Brothers Discovery. Jesus Christ. It's unbelievable. Well, now we have from Coca-Cola, we have an ad for Sprite.
It's Jesus Christ. Oh, Orange Cassidy does his pockets bit on the top rope where he comes off the turnbuckle and he gives homeboy have a Corona, but it doesn't matter because Claudio wins in the end. And I just do not give. These are 2 guys I just do not give a shit about anymore.
When you see them come out, you just say to yourself, this again. I hope they're being paid well. I know they are, but I hope Claudio Castagnoli, by all scuttlebutt backstage, going back years when he was in WWE also, he's one of the nicest men in the wrestling business. I hope he's being paid very, very well, and he can open up his own business. He wants to have a chain of coffee shops. He loves coffee, Don. Gourmet coffee. I hope that he can achieve this dream when he retires from professional wrestling.
Renee Baguette is backstage, and she's with Briscoe.
Always backstage.
Kyle and Don Callis. And he
Lex
challenges...
Luthor. Kyle Fletcher is turning the full Lex Luthor.
Wait, it gets worse. It gets so much worse during this promo. Kyle, he says, I want to have a shot at you. And Don says, there's nothing in it for me. And Don says, Kyle says, help me out here. Briscoe says, I'm going to make it a hardcore match because why not? Kyle says, I like that. I'd like to do that. Don says, what's in it for me? And he says, well, then I'll retire. He says, no. If you lose, you have to join my family. And in the background, Cal is turning into an Asian man right before our eyes.
Right,
His eyes
metamorphosing.
were so close to closing. I don't know if he was stoned out of his mind or bored as much as we were watching this.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. You could have blindfolded him with dental floss, as the old joke goes. It was horrible. And the high voice and the haircut, he's whoever advised him to cut his hair and to talk in that high voice. Don't listen to him anymore, Kyle, because you come off as just an odd individual. It's horrendous how odd you sound and look. I don't know, Don. And Briscoe agreed to join the Don Callis family if he loses. So you know he's going to lose. Why would they throw that out there?
I think,
and they'll have a month or two of comedy with Briscoe as a member of the Don Callis family.
So next we have the women's tag match that they were hyping up, and I decided I was going to get some food, went in the kitchen and was
Pass the fucking potatoes!
That's where I went. Here it is. RM Moxley either bleeds or chokes someone out every episode. How is that ad friendly for sponsors or even casual fans? It's not.
But it's
that's
not.
That's why so many of their advertisements are their own products.
Calling back to the famous Jericho hardcore match with what was the guy's name? Nick somebody.
Bockwinkel.
He was the anti Nick Bockwinkel. I forgot the guy's name now. He's so not essential. Vienna. Very good. Nick Bockwinkel. I forgot the guy's name. He's a hardcore wrestler.
The hardcore death guy that was such
He went to school. I mean, he went to prison and for bank robbery at one point in time.
Yeah.
He was a hardcore drug addict. Shit. Right. And they went to a split screen Domino's pizza ad while he pulls out a pizza cutter and starts carving up Jericho's forehead. Domino's Pizza pulled out of any sponsorship for AEW Dynamite. And they had to refund.
Nick Gage.
They had to refund. Domino's the money they spent for that ad spot.
Good to see you here, Awful. Hope you're doing well, pal. Yes, I remember it very well because they cut him up with a pizza cutter, and then they had the Domino's commercial, and Domino's said, we're out of here. Awful good to see you, brother. We appreciate your support as always, man.
Yes.
Love it.
And check out Awful Wrestling's channel.
Yes.
Awful Wrestling has a video channel now. He puts together these videos from Twitter, man.
Dude, the videos are just absolutely amazing.
Phenomenal.
He put one out last weekend that was like, 15 minutes or something like that. I can't remember. He does a great job giving you the backstory on why AEW is falling into the shitter.
He's an auteur.
Appreciate you, Awful, so very much.
He's an auteur. Soon to be an author when he writes that book, The Death of AEW Wrestling.
Okay.
And I firmly believe that's coming. He says it's coming. I firmly believe that he's going to write that book.
I do too.
Yes.
Renee Baguette is with Don Callis again, and this time it's the Bucks, and the headgear goof is there, and this thing is fucking awful.
You know what they're doing
and
with this,
I don't mean awful wrestling. It's just awful.
You know what they're doing with this, right?
They're going to turn them face.
They're going to turn them face by having them refuse to join the Don Callis family.
Right.
And they think they're going to get sympathy as baby faces from the crowd. They're not. Everyone still hates the Young Bucks. It's a fool's errand is what it is. And you notice they all came out. The entire Don Callis family came out. Yes. Hechicero.
And Okada, which, by the way, who the Young Bucks just abandoned.
Yes, just abandoned. Just abandoned. And Callis was there, and Archer, and Rocky Romero, and Bobby, and Mike, and Danny.
Nick Gage.
And Peter, and Mickey, and everybody was there. The whole Brady bunch was there. Nick Gage, Nikki. They were all there. I like the fact that when they all cleared out, and Okada was saying something to the Young Bucks, Renee Baguette, who has no idea how to place that microphone in front of anybody. She's all the way to the far end of the screen. And Okada's going to say something. And he said something, and you could barely hear what he said. And she ran over to put the microphone in front of all the Young Bucks instead of positioning herself between Okada and the Young Bucks behind them. She had to stay in front of the camera. And you still couldn't really hear clearly what Okada said. And I didn't even care that much to rewind.
I heard what he said, and it was pretty
What'd
clear
he
to
say?
me. He said, I will see you on Collision.
Collision. Ugh.
Okay. Where are we at here? Monet comes out with her belt Simpson, Athena versus Harley and Willow. Athena has gotten in great shape, which we noted earlier, and that's all I got for this match.
Go back, stop, go back, and watch that opening of the guys that held the belts. And I firmly believe the Beast Mortos was the guy. I think he was the very first guy on the left with the beard and the black hair.
I'm going to take your word for it because there's two things I can guarantee you I'm not doing today. One of them is going back and watching this show. Guaranteed.
You know where Mercedes Monet thinks of that?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's what she thinks of that.
Bobby Starks comes out, then comes Chris Statlander. Willow and Harley win.
Bobby Starks, everybody. There he is. Bobby Starks.
I thought you'd like
They had to give her something to do. What a shit show. What an overbooked shit show that was. It was horrible. At least Harley Cameron got a pin on somebody.
Tony Schiavone is back to announce the national title. WTF. Bobby and Shelton are announced to be in it. MVP comes out. Ping Pong interrupts. I'm done with this, man. This has been going on now for 3 months. No, shit, since August. I'm done with this whole segment. I'm done with it.
Whoever put a live microphone in Ricochet's hand should be shot.
Oi, I've got my finger stuck in me bum.
Don't Google that one, kids.
Stuck in me bum.
Don't Google that one. Don't.
They call him Figure Shay on Twitter.
Call him
I'm not going to say why. You ever give yourself a body cavity search, kids? I'm just asking. That's all.
Yeah, it's on the internet.
Everything's on the internet. Everything's on the internet, pal. Body cavity searches, soft body cavity searches. Go ahead, Don.
Perry and the pterodactyl are walking around backstage. Perry takes out his knife, stabs $100 on a table.
Coming up next, Perry and the pterodactyl, everybody, on Nickelodeon.
Again, another awful segment.
We gave him $100 to put it down outside their dressing room on a trunk, and he jammed his knife through it. Is he supposed to be a tough guy by doing that?
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Is it real glass? Cry me a river. Douchebag.
Cry me a river. Here's $100.
Nobody wants to see this. They want to go back to Jungle Jack Perry is what they want.
Yes.
A fresh-faced kid with the long hair, the shaved face.
Don't you worry, Larry. I'm going to get there, brother. I'm going to get there. You ain't got to worry because my bailout moment on this show is coming real soon. Teenage Angst versus the Lonely Loser. This is going to go on forever. I don't want to watch this match.
That was Daniel Garcia, and I can't even remember who he wrestled. Daniel Garcia and
Teenage Angst.
Hook? Not Hook. No. Who's Teenage Angst?
Come on, you know. Denisha says, Don, I'm hearing breaking news about the NBC Universal are putting in a bidding war or putting in a bid on Warner Brothers Discovery. Okay.
That's Comcast.
That'd be interesting. They could go there now since WWE's leaving. It would make sense. Although they do have USA. So that sort of gets in the way.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, pal. I think they're going to be gone anyway.
Well, I'd agree with you. Thank you, Denisha. I'll have to check into that later. You don't know who remember this match? I'll give you a hint. His favorite character is the Crow.
Darby Allin.
Yes.
Darby Allin, of course. Yes.
So
Darby
we have
Allin.
the Lonely Loser match.
You see it so often. You just become numb to it. You just can't remember, It's nothing I actually remember because it was nothing. It's the same old shit. Glenn Taylor with a 20 spot. Bottles is rogue tonight regarding AEW. Ha 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 ha. AEW keeps delivering mud show after mud show after mud show after mud show after mud show. Just like Ricochet pulling out his index finger. I can't wait for Don's crash out.
Broncos play tonight, pal. It might happen for the football game.
We got about 10
keep
minutes
you
left. Then we got 10 minutes left, folks, and then we got a jet.
I got it going, though. Darby bleeds because he always bleeds because Darby loves to
Always.
throw himself into shit. I don't know what is with this guy. Out comes the Cracker Clan. Out comes everybody else. Same shit, different week.
Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly ran out to save, and they were going to beat up Kyle O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
They had his dummy arm up in the air. They're going to hurt his dummy arm, and Roderick Strong comes in like El Gigante and starts throwing people out of the ring.
I am the other Roddy.
Good Lord.
You know what I hear in my head now when Kyle comes out there? Kyle, O'Reilly. Little arm. Yeah.
The little arm. The little arm.
Let me get it with my strong hand. I'm going to put you out with my strong hand. Come in.
When I grab it with my weak hand, it's like somebody else is doing it.
Go get my strong hand.
Oh, my
FTR's in the ring. Gun FTR says
Dude,
they should
I almost
be
fell
having.
asleep.
Hold on. Gun FTR says they should have won in London. Calls out the Fat Man and Diego. So we got this going on. So Diego and the Fat Man versus
Diego
FTR.
with the fat man. Diego and the fat man. Diego and the fat man. What is going on with this company? When I saw these two idiots come out, I said, this is either going to be a rah-rah speech because they only did 455,000 last week or 425,000.08 in the demo. I figured we're going to come out here and pump them all up for you, Tony.
Then it gets to this point. They do the book plug, which I looked into this book on Audible.
The book
I wanna
plug?
see. Yeah.
Is that like another kind of plug?
That's not a butt plug. Kenny wasn't on this show. They did the book plug. They did the book plug. And I looked into it.
Oh, man. Go ahead.
RM, I have no idea if they're supposed to be goofy or serious at this point in time. I don't know what they're doing. Sorry, I saw RM and I had to respond to that. It's 3 hours total. It's literally a picture book. It's literally a picture book.
They said it's at a second grade reading level. That's what someone said.
Tits McGee versus Timu Beth Phoenix, and I said, nope, I'm not watching this.
It was awful. Not awful wrestling. It was terrible.
I said
it was terrible. The Japanese stripper just got thrown around a ring, and she's doing the typical bullshit elbows. And probably the best move she did was she suplexed the Amazon on the outside of the ring apron, which they all do.
Oh my God, awful!
Amazon said preschool level. Go. That's it. He would know. He researches this. Preschool level.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work.
Garbage.
I can't.
Garbage.
I can't stand it watching this show anymore. Somebody come out and put this foot on the floor. I can't stand it. You know what else you could say about Kyle O'Reilly? Kyle O'Reilly. Use my strong hand.
He's so strong. Oh my!
I don't know
God,
what else to say about this show. Triple H and H.
You skipped a match. You skipped the Opps.
I didn't skip anything. I bailed. When I say
garbage.
I left. I'm not watching this.
I am telling you right now, you missed nothing. The only thing that was happened at the end of the show was Powerhouse Hobbs put Hangman Page through a table outside of the ring, some kind of stand off the stage.
Things that you knew were going to happen for $5, Larry.
Medics were working on him, and people were saying, "Oh my God, will he be able to be at full gear for that rematch with Samoa Joe for the heavyweight championship?"
By the way, Awful said, sorry, it was at Walmart. He did the research. So either way, you're right. Thank you so much again, Glenn, for the 20 spot. We appreciate everybody. Thank you all for the contributions. We appreciate you all joining us tonight. Told you we were going to keep it short and sweet, and I know one guy that would have liked that tonight. Y'all have a great weekend. Go Broncos.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.